Hey guys, what's up? LegendBTV here. Woo! As someone who has seen every iCarly episode many times, I feel like I am more than qualified to do this video. Today I'm going to rank all the main characters of iCarly from worst to best. So keep in mind for the rules going forward, in case I want to do this kind of video with other shows, is that to qualify as a main character for me, they have to appear in at least 20 of the episodes in the series. So if I decide to do Victorious, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, whatever, any character eligible for my ranking must appear in at least 20 episodes. That's pretty much it for rules. Without further ado, let's get into my iCarly ranking in 5, 4, 3, 2... Number 7... So I just want you to know right off the bat that while I am putting this character at the bottom, I in no ways hate them. Like, this character does have their moments, but I gotta do it to her. I gotta do it. Coming in at the bottom is Sam Puckett. Now, thankfully, starting with the positives, that Jennette McCurdy as an actress does put enough tone and charisma into the character of Sam to where, yeah, like I said, she's not totally awful. She's not even really that bad. There are things I do like about her character. She can be really funny. You know, like, sometimes she provides a nice balance to Carly, having her being a really positive character, while Sam is a very negative character. And sometimes her negativity can be a good vehicle for a lot of jokes as well. So to get to the point, Sam Puckett as a character in general is fun, funny, and full of personality. But sadly, sometimes she can either be just misplaced or irritating. And yes, this does have to do with how she treats Freddie. I've mentioned this before in other videos, but I do have to mention it again here, as it does apply. A lot of times she does utterly mean, off-putting things to other characters in the show, and that wouldn't be so bad if it didn't feel like there's a complete lack of motivation for why she would want to do this. Like, it seems like she does a mean thing, and we're just supposed to buy that it's alright because it's Sam who does it. That's just what she's supposed to do. One of the best examples to back this up for me would be the case in the SETI episode, I Can't Take It, where she literally slaps Gibby with a bag of sandwiches, knocking him over. And then Carly's all like, why are you being so hard on him? And it's all like, well, because she's being sweet to Freddie. And she goes, well, I gotta be mean to somebody. And that's like all the motivation we're given for why she did that. More frustrating than that is that everybody around her is just like a bystander. They don't ever try to like stop her from being mean. They're just like, oh well, Sam's gonna be Sam, you know. So they just kind of enable it, really. Hardly ever is she even told that a lot of her actions aren't really right. Not even her best friend Carly really does much to help. What happens is she just kind of stands there and looks all nervous and reacts. She's just like... But she rarely ever steps in to help. While I do like Sam, this is why I have to place her at the bottom. Like I said, there's plenty of times where I do like her, and I do think she is funny. And the show wouldn't be the same without her. And there's also times where I just don't like the carelessness of her actions, and her not having to feel regret for them just because she's Sam Puckett. Like when she tells the whole world Freddie's never kissed anybody, which taking that in a literal sense means basically Sam Puckett told the entire population, because apparently they all had their laptops out watching iCarly that night, personal information that he did not want them to know, obviously, and like that's low. Number 6. Hot take alert, and a potentially flaming one, but okay, here it goes. Up next is the star herself, Shay. Carly is a perfectly fine character, and does have these quirky little decent jokes about the things going on around her, sort of like observational humor. Aside from that and her really energetic performances on iCarly, she seems like a really paint-by-numbers, normal character. And that's totally fine, and I realize that's the point of iCarly. Without the idea of the web show and her friends to bounce off of, I feel like Carly doesn't really offer that much of a unique twist or characteristic that really makes her stand out from just being simply the main character of the show. I can make the comparable argument that, at least with her playing Megan on Drake and Josh, that she is a lot more memorable there. When I think of Megan, I think of, ooh, the evil little sister who always is trying devious things to stop Drake and Josh. And when I think of Carly, well, she's Carly, really, to me. If I were to make the argument that, well, she's a web star, well, really, so are Sam and Freddie to a degree. I know Carly is, like, the main star, but then it's like, Carly's just kind of the normal one. And yeah, I mean, but that's okay. Generally, I think Carly is charming and likable most. The only problem I have, like I just mentioned in the last one, is when she stands idly by and watches her friends get tortured. Like Freddie, for instance, in this episode, I Meet Fred. She literally just stands there and does nothing while Sam beats Freddie up for just simply expressing his opinion. It was really unfair. Yes, while her staying out of the way, it doesn't give her a chance to really look bad, but it doesn't really make her look good either, and this is especially bad because she is supposed to be like the role model kind of character, and that is really off-putting in a way. Number 5. Up next in the number 5 spot, I am placing Freddie Benson. In general, I like Freddie. He is a nice, gentleman type guy, and his love of technical producing is great because it allows for some nice, unique style of humor on the show. And he also provides us some decent knowledge on some of the applications and things used to bring iCarly to us. So yeah, all is fine and good in terms of his mannerisms, but unfortunately, I do have to go by how much I enjoy him being on there. And the thing that keeps him down is simply that the show treats him like garbage. And I know I've done a whole video on that, and this is kind of repeating that, I'm sorry. But I just have to say that it is really unenjoyable when Freddie just gets treated unfairly for the heck of it. The instances where Freddie is treated poorly and not deserving of it, like that is where I'm like, okay, I don't even like to see Freddie because I know they're just going to pull some horrible thing on him. And I know that's unfair to the ranking, but I just have to put him lower simply because I just don't enjoy seeing him as much. Because the writers just feel the need to treat him like Squidward, really, and... Alright. Number 4. Next up we have Mrs. Benson, Freddie's mom. In my opinion, she is used just the right amount on the show. Having too much Mrs. Benson, like having her on every episode, would make her really unique, extreme antics feel really stale, overused, and just unfunny. However, on the flip side, having her for only 1 or 2 episodes would probably just make me want her on the show more. So I am glad she does make appearances on a nice number of episodes, 29 to be exact. So yeah, Mrs. Benson is a really funny character, and not to mention Mary Scheer does a great job portraying her. She does a fantastic job embodying that very overprotective, insane mom type. And it also makes perfect sense why someone like Freddie would have a mom like that. And it's also great that we get to see Freddie's mom here to do things with him, like she was there whenever he had his first date, she was there on their trip to Japan, and she was even watching the Jimmy Fallon show when Freddie was on it. At the end of the day, she may care a little too much about her Fredward, but that's what we all love about Mrs. Benson. Number 3. Gibby. Gibby is definitely an interesting character to talk about for a number of reasons. Much more than the fact that he just says Gibby a lot. In my opinion, he's the only one of the main cast that really changes as the show progresses. Originally, he was just kind of a funny, goofy, hot-headed character who took his shirt off a lot. And yes, I loved a lot about old Gibby. They could, and they did, do a lot of interesting stories with this character who's as likable and layered as he was. Yes, he was goofy, but he actually seemed intelligent as well. Like, there was just a nice balance about Gibby. However, around the final year or 2 of the series, someone at the writing team decided to completely dumb down Gibby into an egotistical, oblivious idiot that seemed so far removed from the Gibby we knew and loved. That's why it was the most difficult for me to rank someone like Gibby. Like, the old Gibby was definitely a favorite of mine. He was just so lovable and entertaining to watch. And it's not that the new Gibby wasn't funny. He still is. It's just at a lot of his jokes now, I thought I was just laughing more at the fact that it feels like he got hit in the head with a bag of rocks 347 times, rather than the old, varied Gibby humor that was more than just, oh, he's stupid. And also, this is a small thing, new Gibby also reminded me of season 6 to 8 Patrick, in the fact that they make him be a jerk to his friends a lot. But yeah, he's placed so high since the most classic moments from Gibby are some of the best moments in the entire show. It's just that, unfortunately, he had to be flanderized to an uncanny degree, and that does kind of irk me a bit, not gonna lie. Number 2. Terrence Bow, Tebow. Something this show gets really right is the way they make the character very over-the-top, obnoxious, and annoying to Carly, Sam, Freddie, and Spencer, but me being the audience, I never really feel annoyed by Tebow. On the contrary, he's actually an incredibly likable character to me. I love when he tries to sell the character stuff. Pickles, donuts, bagels.
Oh, especially bagels.
But the bagels won't be ready for now. Hold on tight!
Like, his character is just really funny, and I especially love during the end of the show where Tebow lives with Mrs. Benson and Freddie. It combines two different kinds of crazies to make the ultimate crazy environment at that apartment. Number one is Spencer. Yes, Spencer the man-child is consistently my favorite character on iCarly. Not only is he funny, but I love that he's unique, he's creative, he's immature, he's fun, he's silly. He just thinks of any way to break up life from monotony, and that's great. Lighting stuff on fire, creating wacky sculptures, and having teddy bear fights with his friends are all things that Spencer enjoys doing. And overall, it's just great to see a happy character like that on the show. Honestly, I don't have really much to say about Spencer. He's just great, and let's leave it at that. Yeah, so that was my iCarly characters ranked video. I hope you guys enjoyed what I thought. Keep in mind, this is all just my opinion. If you guys disagree, feel free to jump in the comments below. Tell me what would you rank these characters, or any thoughts you have on what I said. Your opinion is more than welcome, so yeah. If you guys enjoyed the video, though, please subscribe. We got more to come on LegendBTV. And I'll be back at you with more videos. Bye, guys.